Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 holiday trend report for windows wear. We're going to take a look at some of our favorite holiday installations of the 2021 holiday season. So first up, over in Europe in London, we have Harvey Nichols. Harvey Nichols has declared "Let there be light" this holiday season with their vibrant display of bright colors and beaming lights, which are designed to bring joy and happiness to the streets of Knightsbridge. These really beautiful festive windows have transformed into a sort of modern day glass stained panels, which flood light and reflect all the way onto the street. These really beautiful windows are just lovely for holiday because they're not obvious, right? There's something very sort of vintage about them, very practical about them, but very luminescent. Over at Galeries Lafayette in Paris, this year's festivities, Galeries Lafayette has gone nostalgic for their holiday approach with their campaign of 123 Christmas. That's the theme, featuring, of course, Galeries Lafayette's iconic toys and dolls, teddy bears. There's even a robot dog, a Santa Claus village set and illuminated by the northern lights in the background. You see the Aurora Borealis. They also, this year, have a collaboration with Bottega Veneta, with Loewe, and also Disney Plus. What I love particularly about the holiday season in Paris, most of the Parisian stores, is the use of beautiful practical effects that they use throughout their spaces. A lot of puppetry, a lot of animatronics, and practical effects being used. Over at Le Bon Marché, they are reintroducing their gingerbread men, gingerbread women, ginger people for the holiday season. They've opted for a traditional theme of candy canes, giant puppets, gingerbread people. The gingerbread people are leading the march inside the store as well. The installation expands in store. It includes giant icicles, gingerbread houses, this red sort of theme, color theme reflected within the store as well as out of the store. What's fun about this is, the holiday season is known for being very anthropomorphic. This is the time of year where we see a lot of, singing penguins or dancing polar bears. And so gingerbread men, doing a full kick line is very festive. It's very joyful. It's also very childlike. And oftentimes during the holiday season, we feel a sense of childlike wonder and nostalgia. Over at HOLT RENFREW over in Canada, they are all decked out. Their installation is this really fun and festive quilt during the holiday season and winter. By and large, we see a lot of, puffer coats, a lot of quilt work, a lot of flannel, a lot of thermals being utilized in all of our outerwear and our winter gear. So they've taken this idea of a quilt and made it 8-bit. They've digitized it. So this digital quilt with these beautiful sort of star-dusted or snow-dusted trees are here to kind of present this magical ambiance. It's product forward, and all of the little golden cubbies, you can see all of the product that is on display for the store. Over in the US, although this is a global campaign, Coach has brought their Snow City video game to Rockefeller Center. Coach has partnered with Rockefeller Center for the first time this year. It's their inaugural collaboration. They'll be doing it for the next couple of holiday seasons. Coach has a takeover at Rock Center. They have these really beautiful après-skate chalets that can be utilized by the public. The chalets are really lovely. They overlook, if you look on over in this image, if you look on the left, that little old tree that's America's tree. That is the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. So you can watch the skaters. You can see the statue of Prometheus, all from the comfort of your Coach chalet. This is also a companion piece that they've built out for their video game Snow City. This year, we're seeing a lot of interactivity and a lot of blending between the digital and the offline world, right? So many brands are creating either companion games or incentives in their apps for consumers to really be omni-channel this holiday season. So whether you're shopping online, you're shopping through the app, you're going to the brick and mortar store in person, the experience is continuous and you understand the world of Snow City and of Coach. For Dior and Cartier, these are two fantastic examples of luxury houses using illumination and light to their advantage. So for Cartier, this is the flagship location on Fifth Avenue, the Jewel of Fifth Avenue. It's called. It's a landmarked building. The entire structure is covered in these really beautiful iridescent, luminous lights. The store is set to resemble a giant gift box over at Dior. Dior does a really beautiful job of building out windows that feel like luminaries. This was the theme for last year, so they're expanding upon that. This year, a little less colorful, a little more sort of eggshell and neutral. But these are brands that really do a beautiful job of building out spaces that are light, that are festive, that are holiday inspired, but not necessarily on the nose of, any specific holiday. It's more just a celebration of winter and the holiday season. At Louis Vuitton, again, also another brand that is focusing on light. We see that beautiful quadrifoil in the center, right underneath the handbag. Louis Vuitton is celebrating their 200-year anniversary this year, so every installation sort of goes back to the ethos of the brand, which are those trunks, right? The sort of touchstone of the brand. Their 200-year anniversary, every season so far has had a new sort of addition to that. And with the passing of Virgil Abloh, their creative director for menswear, they wanted to give a sort of holiday homage. Virgil, a couple of seasons ago in his inaugural season at Louis Vuitton Men's, had built out a giant installation along Fifth Avenue. So this is a sort of homage to that with this giant Christmas tree, which spans the entire Louis Vuitton building. So the first 4 floors you can see are the flagship store, and then all the corresponding buildings above are the Louis Vuitton offices here in New York City. So a really, really beautiful Fifth Avenue moment seen from across the street. So this is an installation that can be seen from a couple blocks away. Over at LORO, PIANA, and Tory Burch, taking more of a sort of rustic approach to the holiday season, so letting the clothing be the inspiration for the holiday installations. At LORO PIANA, focusing on wool and sort of this casual shabby chic interpretation, and allowing the installation in the back to mimic what is on the product. So we see that beautiful sort of wool sweater, and we see that same pattern being replicated through the use of this giant light board, reminiscent of sort of a light bright or a child's toy. And for Tory Burch, the use of those really lovely holiday trees, to me, they're very reminiscent of, Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, very kind of cartoon-esque, but product forward. For MACY'S, who are in the United States, the sort of arbiters of the holiday season, they are presenting Tiptoe. He is the newest, or Tiptoe, I believe she is the newest mascot for MACY'S holiday season. Tiptoe the reindeer is featured in all of their installation. This is the focal point for the store this year. Here we can see MACY'S does a really beautiful job of telling unique stories throughout their windows. They even name their windows chapters, so they are meant to be seen linearly, similarly to how you would read a children's book or how you would read a comic book, right? What I love about the holiday season, specifically with department stores, is their windows are set to tell a specific story. So as you walk past them, you get more and more invested in the story of the character. And in this case, this is Tiptoe's journey. At Saks Fifth Avenue, Saks is choosing to focus on BIPOC design and focus on young up-and-coming designers. Saks Fifth Avenue, of course, is a New York staple located across the street from Rockefeller Center. So they are ideally located for that sort of holiday foot traffic to walk past. And this year the inspiration was a couture carnival, taking inspiration from old European marketplaces, archival fashion photography, and these windows feature this sort of hand-carved dimensional sculptures, velvet drapery, very decadent, very rich, and also a lot of designers that we haven't necessarily seen in the windows of Saks. On the left, we have Christopher John Rogers. We have Sergio Hudson. We have some McQueen. We have Louis Guillen, Jason Wu. So lots of, established as well as upcoming designers as well. For Bergdorf Goodman, they're celebrating the holiday season. Their theme this year is being present. They have a companion piece with these installations available on their Instagram or their website. It's a short film that they made. It's inspired by Wes Anderson, so it has a very sort of Wes Anderson aesthetic forward. What I find particularly drawing about Bergdorf windows is that they are like dioramas. They almost feel like museum-esque pieces. Oftentimes they're the most photographed windows on Fifth Avenue. People stop to really sort of stare because there is so much to look at. They're also some of the tallest windows on Fifth Avenue, so they have a lot of room to build and to fill. Many of the props and of the sculptures that you can find in the Bergdorf holiday windows are upcycled from other installations throughout the year. They're really great about building sustainably and upcycling things that they've worked with before, breathing new life into it. And again, the holiday season, I think, is the apex of all of our installations throughout the year, right? It's the one time of year where, people who are not in the industry flock to our fashion meccas, whether that's Knightsbridge in London, Fifth Avenue in New York City, all places all over the world, the Champs-Élysées in Paris, to see the holiday windows. And finally, over at Fifth Avenue, the Fifth Avenue Association has partnered with several different brands and vendors, many of which are Windowsware clients, to build out these really fun, unique installations along the street. So not only is there beautiful street theater to see in the windows and in the installations themselves, but now the actual sidewalks have been filled with these really wonderful and whimsical toys that you can find all throughout Fifth Avenue, starting at about 49th and 5th from Rockefeller Center all the way up to Central Park South, culminating on the right at the Pulitzer Fountain. This was an installation that was done by Harlequin Design, who is a Windowsware client. This is absolutely stunning. It is a winter wonderland. If you find yourself in New York City until I believe January 3rd, take a look at this. The craftsmanship and the level of scale is really beautiful. The entire Pulitzer Fountain and surrounding area have been completely taken over by this Arctic winter wonderland with the use of animatronics and practical effects and visual effects. It's very, very fun. You can find a lot of this on our website or on the Fifth Avenue's Instagram page as well. Those are some of our highlights for the 2021 holiday season. Have a beautiful holiday season. Thank you on behalf of myself and the Windowsware team.